There is a trait that a man can display that causes a woman to feel safe around him and want him sexually, and it has nothing to do with his physical size. In fact, a man can be quite a big man, a tough guy, or he can be a shorter guy, a wimpy, skinny type of guy. And in all of those situations, if the guy makes the mistake that I'm going to talk about in this video, the woman won't be able to feel safe to trust in him to be the man when it counts, right? Regardless of his size. She will lose that faith in him. She will lose that trust in him if he isn't able to do what I'm going to talk about in this video. So what a woman initially looks for and then continues to look for when she interacts with you is to see that you have emotional steadiness, which means that you can remain in control of your emotions regardless of what is happening around you. So an example is when a woman starts playing with her phone in front of a man, right? So say, for example, you meet a woman for the first time, or you're on a date with her, or you're in a relationship and you're hanging out with your woman and she just starts playing with her phone and seems to be distracted by that when you're spending time with her, right? You're dedicating some time to spend with her and hang out with her, right? How are you going to react in moments like that? How are your emotions going to be in those moments, right? So on a first date or when he first meets a woman, a guy who's insecure may begin to wonder if she's bored, if she's losing focus when talking to him because he's not interesting enough, and he may try harder to get her attention. Whereas a confident man won't let what is happening shake his confidence because he knows that he's the one she should be focusing on, not the other way around. And as a result of his emotional steadiness in that moment, a woman will usually then realize her mistake and will often apologize and then show more active interest in him. Yet, if the man loses control of his emotions and feels insecure or annoyed or insulted that the woman is using her phone in his presence, then the woman will see that he doesn't have emotional steadiness and she will lose trust in his ability to be a man, and she'll also lose interest in being with him. So, for example, if a man is interacting with a woman for the first time at a bar or party, or if they're on a date, and she then starts checking her phone and she seems a bit distracted, that is something normal that happens in today's day and age. Some people may say that it's rude or disrespectful to do that on a date or when you're initially talking to someone. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to feel how they want to feel in the moment. But if you want to be a man who attracts women and you don't want women to throw you off and cause you to feel insecure, frustrated, angry, resentful, and so on, then you need to have your own emotional steadiness. You need to be able to feel confident regardless of what the woman is doing. And if she notices that, for example, you're interacting with her for the first time or on a date, and she starts using her phone and checking something, and then you start to sort of shuffle and feel a bit nervous and insecure, or you start to feel a bit annoyed by the fact that she's using her phone, then quite easily she has triggered you, right? Just with something simple as checking her phone. Your emotions are starting to become unsteady. You're not able to remain calm and not overreact to what's going on. You're starting to react in a way that requires her to adjust what she's doing in order to make you feel good about yourself. And when a woman gets that sense from a guy, she realizes that, okay, she really can't trust in him to be the man when it counts, because he can only really be the man and feel good about himself when everything is going right. But if something pops up, he starts to lose control of his emotions. He starts to lose that emotional steadiness. And in an ideal world, a woman wouldn't check her phone when she was interacting with you. She wouldn't get distracted. She would remain focused on you. But as you would know, it's not always an ideal world. Things do happen, right? There are challenges, obstacles. You'll come across people who are bad people, or people are trying to hurt you, or people are just rude and disrespectful. People aren't always going to be nice to you and focused on you and caring about you and, just not getting distracted when they're interacting with you. You're going to come across all sorts of people in life in all sorts of situations, and women need to be able to trust in you to be the man when it counts, right? To maintain your emotional steadiness, because women are not the man, right? We aren't looking to women to be the man, right? They are looking to us to be the man. And when you have emotional steadiness, when you are calm under pressure, when things don't throw you off, women instantly feel respect for you. They instantly feel attracted to you. And if you can continue that, they continue to feel respect and attraction for you. They look at you as being the man. They look at you as being the sort of man that they can rely on to be a man when it counts, right? Not to crumble under pressure, not to be looking to her to be the quote-unquote man. Another example is if she disagrees with him on something. So some men get flustered or overly serious when a woman challenges their opinion. Other guys start to feel nervous and insecure and worry that if she's challenging their opinion, it must mean that they're not getting along and he's potentially going to lose his chance with her. Whereas a confident, socially intelligent man keeps his cool. He enjoys the conversation rather than seeing it as a battle to win. Now, emotional steadiness in moments like those doesn't mean that the man just remains like a robot and is just, I'll show her that I can be emotionally steady, right? I'm not being affected by anything that's going on. It's not that. Instead, the man remains calm under pressure. He doesn't overreact. And he can show some emotion and be saying, "What, you think that?" Or laughing at her or laughing with her when she's giving her opinion. "Oh my God, what are you saying there?" sort of thing. He can show those sort of emotions, but at the end of the day, he's still calm under pressure, right? He's not reacting to what she's saying where she's disagreeing with his opinion by, getting really annoyed by it, really honestly annoyed by it and losing control of his emotions and overreacting. Likewise, he's also not worrying about, "Oh no, we're disagreeing here. If I disagree with her too much, she might not like me. And then I'm not going to get a chance with her." And he then wants to say that he kind of agrees with her opinion, or he wants to just end that conversation as quickly as possible and get onto something that they agree with. And he's overreacting. He's worrying too much about the fact that they're disagreeing, rather than remaining calm under pressure. So you may have noticed this with guys who are naturally good with women, where they can be hanging out with a woman or a number of women, and they won't really be doing anything special, but the women will feel so attracted and drawn to them, right? They'll be looking at the guy as being the quote-unquote man because he has this subtle trait. And it's not something that can be faked, right? You really have to understand how to be emotionally independent, how to be confident around women, because if you don't understand that and you try to fake it, all a woman really has to do is put a bit of extra pressure on you. And if she notices that you crack under that pressure, then she realizes that you're not confident enough for a woman like her. In almost all cases, if a woman is pretty, if she's attractive, she wants a guy who's more confident than her. If the woman is unattractive, she will prefer a guy who is less confident than her. So if you want attractive women, you really do need to understand how to be genuinely confident, because what attractive women try to avoid is getting into a relationship with a guy who isn't truly confident, doesn't truly believe in himself, doesn't truly think that he is worthy, and isn't going to be able to handle their changes in mood. Because an attractive woman, just like any other woman, will go through a hormonal cycle throughout the month, which is different to what men experience. Our hormones are steady throughout the month, but a woman's hormones are all over the place, and they literally cause her to experience different moods, to feel more anxious, to be a bit more irritable at some stages, and so on. So in addition to that, an attractive woman doesn't want to get with a guy who isn't truly confident, because it usually results in the guy becoming quite insecure in the relationship, seeing her as being way more valuable than him, not seeing his own value, not being able to believe in himself. And as a result, that usually results in the guy becoming very jealous, clingy, and overprotective, which turns into a nightmare relationship scenario for the woman, where he's just being too full on with her. He's being too clingy. It's too stressful, and she can't just relax around him. She has to essentially reassure him that she wants to be with him, and as a result, she can never really respect him, right? She doesn't trust in him to be the man. By the way, if you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about what confident men do around attractive women and how confident men attract women, then click on the video on the screen. Or if you want to learn my best ever mindset for confidence that makes you feel 100% confident around attractive women and all women for that matter, then check out the Attraction Mastery video lesson series, where you can learn exactly what to say and do to display all of the traits that make women feel sexually and romantically attracted to you.